Hey, how's it going, guys? This is ZDEyE here. So there's no way in world that I would miss out on incredible gameplay from Phantom Blade Zero. So first of all, it made an appearance once again at the Summer Game Fest 2024, and I would even argue to say that it had the best trailer of all the games that they have revealed there. But then IGN, I think about a day later, they revealed a 10 minutes pure raw gameplay of Phantom Blade Zero. Now I finally got an opportunity of checking it out and it looks awesome. So there is some interesting things and details related to this game. For as an example, that is a Chinese studio made by S Games. So at least I do not know this studio. And yet, after seeing what they have presented in here in terms of the raw gameplay, man, I'm looking forward to this. It really is inspiring to see from different regions and different places in the world that developers are capable of creating and master creating these incredible different varieties of video games. Now, this game has been inspired by Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Sifu, and also Bloodborne. So, in some ways I can definitely see the incentive and the inspirations from there. Now, it's more or less of a traditional hack and slash with a little bit of a semi-open world elements that it's got going for. Now, I would still argue to say it's a little closer to Souls-like experience, but this explicitly said that this is not a Souls-like experience. So I assume this means that there's not going to be those bonfires or places to rest, so you replenish your health, and also if you die you lose some sort of a currency. Instead it will be going from the checkpoint to checkpoint basis. The combat is also, I'm not too sure why they mentioned this. It was the similarities that you should see that are been in Ninja Gaiden. Now, I don't know, I kind of don't agree with that. In fact, I think this is a lot more precise and thorough. Now, again, I could be wrong. I'm just looking at the gameplay as all of you are, and obviously I'm just judging what I'm seeing from this gameplay. Now, the main game that they've been mentioned is going to be around 30 to 40 hours. It's quite lengthy. Now, if they mean by 30 to 40 hours, you can say that it's going to be about, give or take, 25 hours for you to complete, maybe even 20 hours, because the developers always tend to increase the time for no apparent reason, and the gamers are usually, well, gamers, they know how to play video games, so obviously they're going to be much quicker of finishing their games. Now, there's been a mention that this game is going to have tons of different varieties of side quests and the activities to do. Now, there's also an extra mention of post-game content includes multiple of dungeons, boss rushes, kind of like a roguelike, abysses, and just many more varieties that unfortunately they didn't really get into. This game will include horse riding. And also, kind of interesting fact that this game has been in development since the early of 2022. Now, in March of 2023, they met with Shuhei Yoshida and Christian Svensson from the ZDEyE, and so Sony actually gave them a lot of support on the development and marketing, and also providing some of the consoles for the event demos. So it's quite nice and nice way of seeing something. They have something incredible and supporting this studio. Now, development being, started at least for this game in the early of 2022. This means that it's already been in works for a little more than 2 years. I gotta admit that this game is coming together very nicely, and in fact, it doesn't look like this game is too far off from the release. And yet, what they managed to craft here within that amount of time is pretty darn incredible. It genuinely is. Now, of course, there's no exclusivity on any of the platform, at least for now, but honestly speaking, I think actually do expect to see something related to, well, this game only going to be coming out on PlayStation or something related to that. Also, an interesting detail, that doesn't have to do within the game, but what has to do around the game. Now, I'm talking about the full development cost that is expected to be about 55 million USD. I don't know. If this is actually going to get even grander in scale, and obviously it's going to get delayed and this is going to go a lot more ambitious, yeah, this can rise to up to 100 million. But nevertheless, it's, as of this moment, is 55 million USD. Now, other inspirations include such as the Berserker, Vagabond, Blade of the Immortal, and Hong Kong Kung Fu movies. So, yeah, there's like a lot of traditions and also a lot of inspirations that you can clearly see how they went about with this game. Now, film action choreographer Kenji Tanigaki's team is working on the game as well. So, by the way, obviously this game's coming on PlayStation 5 and PC, and release date is still quite a while off. So I don't think we should expect this game this year. Now, at the earliest, this game should come out following year in 2025. Now, honestly, again, I think they need to wait, put in more content, make the game something more driven in terms of having a lot more action and diversity. Now, in terms of the action, I'm talking about having the activities that will revolve around the action. And of course, with the amount that they have already done here, for example, using bow and arrow, or that kind of like weird explosive cannon as well, there is some varieties there already, and I appreciate that. And it looks fantastic, plays fantastic, really is much of a lot of games that I already mentioned that there's inspirations in here. But I want to say that the gameplay and the combat specifically, it's a lot more flashier. Nevertheless, guys, what do you think about the Phantom Blade Zero? Like, do you like what you're seeing, or perhaps maybe something maybe doesn't resonate with you so much? Personally, for me, man, I am definitely looking forward to this game. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. See you guys all, and yeah, have a wonderful day.